Hello and welcome. My name is Amanda, and today I have for you the next installment of my wedding series. So, today I wanted to do a quick scroll through of my wedding board that I have on Pinterest. And I am just going to switch over to a screen and voiceover so that I can show you everything I've had on my ever changing Pinterest board. All right, so here we have my Pinterest board. I've just got it called Everything Wedding. And to be honest, I have been, I guess, kind of wedding planning or idea brainstorming since basically I heard about Pinterest. So, I am also one of those people who, when I don't like an idea anymore, I do delete it. So I'm not entirely sure that anything on this board is, I guess, original to what I had kind of been planning when I was, I guess, first planning my future wedding. So now that I am actually engaged and getting married, I've kind of narrowed down what it is I am looking for in a wedding. You won't see any like wedding dress ideas on here, and I've kept just a couple ring ideas just to show you, I guess, what I was looking for and what I was showing Skylar prior to him, I guess, picking out my engagement ring and proposing. But I've already bought my dress, so just to kind of clear up some space, I have decided to delete a whole bunch of things, and I probably need to go through for a bit of a refresher here too. I've only got 123 pins right now, and a lot of it, I guess, is kind of wedding picture ideas and the things like that. So, for those of you who don't know, Skylar agreed and is okay with us having a Harry Potter themed wedding. It all started with our wedding invitations. He thought the template I had found on Etsy was boring and he wanted train tickets. And I told him the only way we were doing train tickets for wedding invitations is if our wedding was Harry Potter themed. And he agreed, and it just kind of went from there. So I've got some little like Harry Potter nods within here as well. My idea for our wedding invitations is going to be a Hogwarts acceptance letter that's obviously formatted with all of our wedding details and things like that. I also think it would be pretty cool to do some potion bottles in with like the centerpieces and things like that. Our wedding colors are going to be Ravenclaw colors, so definitely the navy blue, probably silver just because it's easier to find than bronzes, but I do want to kind of mix metals a little bit and do silver and bronze. So I'm just kind of pinning these potion ideas, and obviously we're gonna go with the potions that are more our color. So this one for Phoenix Tears is pretty cool, just because it's kind of a white and sparkly. I was also thinking unicorn blood because it's silver, so just things like that. But I've also got pictures with the kiddo because Skylar does have an 8-year-old son, and I thought these would be some fun things. I've also just got some poses of other varieties that might be good to show to our photographer as we get closer. I am also making all of our flowers out of Harry Potter books. So I've just kind of pinned a couple examples here. I did download some templates from Etsy. I think I'll do a later video of DIYing those flowers once I kind of get the hang of things. So stay tuned for that. But just kind of looking at what different bouquets look like all pulled together, and kind of trying to help figure out what I might want. I also really like these book stacks. We're not going to have table numbers. Our wedding is very small, and we're at a state park. So we've got picnic tables, and I thought it would be really cool. I do have a pin later on of just like a big long table for everyone to sit at together so we can move the picnic tables around. But I thought just as some centerpieces, book stacks would be really cool. I'm currently looking for some old copies of Harry Potter books. I think mostly the hardbacks are what I want to decorate with. I'm using the paperbacks for making my paper flowers. I've also got this one that I thought was really pretty as well. Let's see. There's another one there with flowers. I've got a bit of jewelry as well. I haven't quite decided what kind of jewelry I want, but I'd kind of like it to be something I can wear just sort of every day. I don't really need like a sentimental, this was my wedding necklace piece of jewelry that I'm just never going to wear again. So there's this golden snitch one that's kind of cute. There's also like a mini time turner. I might also find like a moon or a star or something, because Ravenclaw House, one of the kind of courses that goes with that is astrology or astronomy. So I thought the kind of astronomy nod would be pretty cool. We've got just some more ideas. I've got a gray suit pinned because I think Skylar is going to be wearing light gray, and Maddie with maybe either a navy shirt and a silver tie, or I'm not entirely sure yet. We're going to go shopping for his stuff here soon. I also, just because I like the colors of this invitation, I've got it pinned, even though I'm not going with your standard invitation type. I'm also in love with lanterns, so I think I'm gonna go the IKEA route because they've got different sizes and their pricing is the best out of everywhere I've checked. I've checked Joann's, Michael's, Walmart. I've looked at Hobby Lobby online. I've looked at Amazon, and even those craft stores with their like 50% off coupons are still not as cheap as the IKEA ones. So I really like the idea of this with a lantern and flowers, and then a little Harry Potter nod. So I'm probably not going to do wands just because those do get a bit expensive, but definitely have like some little potion bottles nearby. And I also really love the wax melting down effect. I know it can ruin tablecloths and things, so I'm very aware of that. And we probably are renting our tablecloths, but I thought this was really cool. So I don't know if we might do some long or tall candles and maybe get some wine bottles from friends out of their recycling bins to do things like that. We also are not registering for any gifts. We're just going to ask people to help us with our honeymoon. So I like the idea of just having kind of like a bird cage. I know this is a kind of an old sort of thing that people have been doing for a while now while planning on Pinterest, but I really do like the cage idea for people to just kind of drop in cards and the like. And then I kind of do my pinning in bulk because I'm usually like, okay, well, what do I want for a hairstyle, or what do I like for pictures? So I get to sections on my board where it's like, oh, this is hair and makeup heavy, or this is picture posing heavy, or this is decor heavy. So right now we're kind of going into the hair side of things. I have fairly long hair. It was about as long as hers until I just got it trimmed, but by the wedding it'll be back down to at the tops of my pants, even though I wear high-rise pants. But I really like the idea of having just like loose romantic waves and my hair down, and I'm thinking probably to do a braid. I probably won't pull it apart this much, and do like a twist and things. That way my veil can sit lower on my head and not the top of it. And I'm most comfortable with my hair in a half up, half down. So I just like these styles. I think they're really just beautiful and romantic. So that's kind of what I'm looking for. And then just a very, very natural eye makeup, really. I am going to do both my hair and my makeup myself. So just kind of getting ideas for that right now. And then here are the ring styles. This is actually from where Skylar got my ring. It's called Green Lake Jewelry. They are located in Seattle, but I found them on Pinterest and just like absolutely fell in love. And my ring has the scroll work, and it also kind of has that same stamping, but not on the inside like this ring, and it's a different setting and things like that. But I just thought these were absolutely gorgeous. That's just a wedding band with the stamping on it. I'm not entirely sure yet if I want a wedding band. I think it might complete it, but also I think it might take away from it, so we'll see. And then we're kind of back into some more pictures. These are definitely older pictures that I had found, so I think these are kind of from my original Everything Wedding Pinterest board. But I really love these kind of silhouetted images. So I want to talk to our photographer and see if she's able to do something like that. And you know, just some kind of time-lapsey photos and just some photos that really do the scenery justice. We've got some more hair ideas, so this is kind of what I'm thinking with a twist or something like that. And then we've just got more lanterns. I will probably fill a couple with some LED battery operated candles, just because again I will reuse a lot of these lanterns, and I'm probably gonna try and find some as well through Facebook Marketplace and see if people are selling wedding decorations that are still lightly used and in good condition, just because I don't need to be super wasteful, and I also don't need like 20 lanterns either. But this is just kind of another style I like, with the candle in the middle and the flowers on the top. I also really like the fairy lights inside. I think that's so much fun. And then just having floral inside as well. And then just a couple other ideas. I do really like this as either like a photo backdrop or kind of your altar. But what I'm thinking to do with our altar is there's a gazebo at the state park. And I think being as it's April in Washington, we're probably going to have rain. So I'm sure Skylar and I will probably get married kind of standing under the gazebo. And I thought a cute little Harry Potter nod would be to find some skeleton keys and probably use some like fishing line and hang those at different heights from the opening of the gazebo. That way they kind of replicate the flying keys in Sorcerer's Stone. And then I was also going to put some, I think probably like 3 different size lanterns on each side of the opening, just to kind of frame that in a little bit. But I probably won't go with like a honey fun like this, but again, that was an old idea. And then I also like the idea of just having like blankets and things like that for people, having a kids table and the like, and then also some other Harry Potter nods as well. I've also pinned just like budget ideas, questions to ask photographer, how to ask for your wedding to be unplugged, lasting traditions and their origins, and just fun things like that. We're not going to have our dogs at our wedding because they would just be crazy and I would be stressed out, but I love the idea of people having their dogs, so I've just kept that there because I thought it was really sweet. And then before I really decided to go paper flowers, I had posted a lot of different flowers and when they're in season. I know what flowers I like the best, but you also have to plan around when flowers are actually blooming and the like. But now we're getting down to just some like cute little quotes and different kind of like guest book ideas. Like this one here is I'm pretty sure it's like cards and things, or at least I've seen where people hole punch cards and they put them in a little binder together. The world map is also pretty cool. I think what we're gonna do though is I don't know if I want to use like an actual officially licensed Marauders map or if I just want kind of like a wall print of the Marauders map and have people sign the footprints as their names. I'm not entirely sure what I want to do, but I think that would be a really cool kind of guest book. And then here's where we get to more of the long tables. I've also got some websites for gently used wedding decor, which I'm glad I'm looking at this now because I definitely need to look into that. And then just different flower ideas again. I really, really love these bouquets that you attach little kind of locket size picture frames to remember your loved ones by. I also like kind of having the idea of having a table with a lit candle just to remember those who aren't able to be at your wedding. And then we've got kind of like a field day little game sort of thing for before the wedding for your bridal party. Our bridal party consists of two people. It's my best friend as my maid of honor and Skylar's son as his best man. And it'll also be April again, like I said, in Western Washington. So it's not going to be nice and warm for us to do something like this. But I know at one point Skylar and I discussed having a combined bridal and bachelorette. No, bridal. No, what is that? A henny and a stag. I know that's what they call it in the UK. Bachelor party and bachelorette party. There we go. I don't know if we're still thinking of doing that, but it was a fun thought. So I don't know if that's something we're going to revisit or not. But if it is, it might be fun to do a little something like that. And then I've got some cake options. Honestly, I don't really care about the cake. And I think my best friend, my maid of honor, her mother-in-law, I'm pretty sure made their cake. So I think I'm going to ask her if she would mind making our cake. And then just another like picture that I've really, really liked is one that's kind of printed, I guess, like a negative, but with your vows written in different grayscale tones. That way you can see the silhouette of the image. So that is really, I guess, all I have for my Pinterest wedding board. Like I said, it's changed a lot over the years, even from when Skylar and I first got engaged in June to now. I have changed it so much. We were originally going to have kind of like a plummy eggplant and sage green theme until he agreed to go Harry Potter, and we're both in Ravenclaw house. The house matters a lot more to me than it does to him. So we're kind of just going based off that. But basically, I'm looking for a wedding to be obviously enjoyable for everybody, memorable for us, but also just kind of soft and romantic and whimsical. So I think you can kind of pick up on that from my board, but who knows? All right, so that is the scroll through. Like I said, my board is ever changing. It definitely is completely different from where it started out when I first started this whole wedding planning process, and I'm sure that it's going to continue to change as we go and things get checked off the list. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I would love to know just kind of what tips and tricks and I guess sites you use to help plan and keep everything together. I honestly don't know where wedding planning would be without Pinterest right now. It just seems for me at least, like the best place to keep all of my ideas stored and organized. So I would love to know what you use to help you, or what you're currently using to help you plan a wedding. So please do let me know down in the comments below, and I will chat with you there until my next video. Bye!